Good morning, Otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. So, I went to Safeway today, and I was so stoked and everything. You know why? Because they have all these holiday displays and stuff like that, and they had, of course, Halloween and everything, right? And they had all this cool stuff over there. But now they're having, like, Christmas stuff up there. And they had my favorite guy, Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. That's my favorite guy, Mr. Grinch. So if you go to the Safeway on 19th, they have the Grinch up there. So go over there, see Mr. Grinch. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see my pictures of Mr. Grinch. And then on the way home, if that wasn't exciting enough, guess what I saw? Some wild mushrooms growing. So again, if you follow me on Instagram, you will see my mushroom pictures. Okay? So I was really, really happy about that. So I was thinking about, the holidays and stuff like that, and Christmas and all this other stuff. And I began to think back like a few years ago, right? And I was thinking about this guy that was in our friend group, right? Oh my God. And I was thinking, like, this is when Zen and I first started dating. And so we weren't like super serious yet or anything like that. And so this guy used to like hang out, like he used to like take us girls out and like we all had boyfriends and stuff like that, but he used to always take us girls out. Like he used to take us out, and it seemed like he would never take a girl out who was single. He would always take a girl out. These are so shiny. He would always take, I still wear them anyway, I know they like glare. I just love these. Anyway, he used to always take a girl out who already had a boyfriend. You're like, okay, well he just likes to, just hang out with girls or whatever. But he would always, take these girls out that already had boyfriends. And the boyfriends were like friends of his. They were like from the friend group, right? Because like all of us go clubbing at the same places and stuff like that. Okay? We all know each other and stuff like that. We're all part of like the Sacramento goth scene, okay? So, and the metal scene and all this kind of stuff. We all dance at the same places. So, anyway, he's, it just seems like he never takes a single girl out. He always is hanging out with somebody else's girlfriend. And, most of us were like, we're all, we all of us just have boyfriends and stuff. So I kept saying to him, hey, why don't you ever take a single girl out? And I'm thinking, oh, he's gay and he doesn't want anyone to know. So, I quit bugging him about it. Like, I thought he just didn't want to come out of the closet or something. I'm like, why? Like, half the people here are gay, more than half, like, why doesn't he just, like, admit it or whatever? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, nobody cares. Like, he'd be more popular probably if he was gay, right? Like, he should just, like, be gay. But, no, he's straight. I'm like, okay. So, but he's always taking somebody else's girlfriend out, right? And so, I'm like, do you like anybody? Like, who do you think's pretty? Like, who do you like? And I'm like, always, like, trying to be like, do you like her? Do you like, I think so-and-so's single. Do you like her? And I'm always, like, trying to get him to like somebody, right? Well, he had this best friend that he called his, like, Facebook wife, right? And she's this, this really pretty lady and everything like that. And she has this, like, this boyfriend, and he's really incredibly chill. He's this, like, cool metal dude, He's just this chill dude, right? Well, he's always hanging out with her and stuff like that. And, she's not, like, into the friend group guy or anything, but he's always hanging out with her and always has her at his house, and he has a pool and stuff like that, so everybody likes to party at his house and all this good stuff. So she goes over there and just like chills with him stuff, like alone, and the boyfriend's not there. Well, like nothing's going on or anything like that. And so I can tell. And so she's always hanging around over there and stuff like that, and her boyfriend's like incredibly chill about it. Like he doesn't, it's not like ain't no thing, And so he calls her the Facebook wife and everything like that. And I really didn't like, I hadn't met the boyfriend before. And so I was like, hey, why don't you ask her out? And he's like, no, I would, but she has a boyfriend. And I'm just kind of like, okay. I'm like, do you ever go out with somebody that's single? Like, don't you ever have a girl at your house that's like single? Ever? You know? And so, you know, and I keep seeing him on social media, and he's hanging out with this chick or that chick, and she always has a boyfriend. You know, so like, I hung out with him a few times. Okay, I had a boyfriend. It's sensational, right? This is before we were engaged. This is like when we first got together. So I hung out with him a few times, right? And so, you know, I stopped hanging out with him because he started liking me. So I stopped hanging out with him, and I decided not to talk to him anymore. I'm just like, okay, you know? And so he would like call me up and stuff, and he'd be like, he goes, I'm really mad. I'm like, why? And he goes, well, because this is what reminded me of it. It was Christmas, right? So I was in the Bay Area with my family, and I'm like, what's wrong? And he goes, I wanted to like dress up and put Santa hats on, and I got like a couple of people to come with me or whatever. And he goes, and then so-and-so canceled the last minute. I'm like, why? And he goes, because she got engaged. I'm like, oh, good for her. Like, right on. Well, you know, just the season, and it's cuffing season, and everybody's, you know, doing that and stuff like that, and right on, good for her. And I was like all happy or whatever. And he's like, her fiance's a dick. And I'm like, oh my god, dude, like, why? You know, why are you saying that about him? And, well, because he's the one that doesn't want her to go to the mall. I go, why not? Did they have something planned? No, he doesn't want her hanging out with me. I go, well, bro, they just got engaged. He doesn't want her hanging out with some other dude. Come on, they just got engaged. He doesn't want her, like you're basically wanting to take her out to the mall and, like, you know, dress up in this like cosplay and do all this stuff, and, you know, you don't get it. It's like they're in a serious relationship now. He doesn't want her like gallivanting around with other dudes. Don't you get it? Come on. Like, why don't you just ask a single girl out? Ask a single girl out, and then take her out, you know, for ice skating at the Doko, and like get some hot chocolate or something. Ask a single girl out. Why don't you ever like ask someone else out? Why is it always somebody who's with somebody? I go, people in relationships, when they stay in their relationship, it progresses. Don't you know how relationships work? People who stay together, those relationships develop into more serious relationships, and if they don't, those people break up. That's how that stuff works. When you really like that person, it turns into something else. You know, the people move in together. You know, after they're together for a couple of years, they either move in together, okay, or sometimes they end up having a baby together. I mean, they get engaged. You know, they talk about the future. I mean, I go, that's kind of how that stuff works, bro. You know, and he was just like not getting it. You know, this guy's like 40 years old, you guys. It's not like he's like 21 or something. He's old enough to understand how this stuff works, and I'm just kind of like, you know, and he's actually smart, you know. So I was like, how do you not know this? And I go, why don't you ask someone out who's not going out with somebody? Because if that person gets in a relationship and it goes to the next level, the serious boyfriend or whatever is going to be like, I don't want you hanging out with some other dude and basically going on dates with him and stuff. Especially if the guy gets the feeling that you're kind of attracted to her, and you probably are if you keep wanting to hang out with her, okay? And he knows that, okay? You know, I mean, I got to just where I didn't want to hang out with him anymore because I could tell he liked me, you know. So I was just like, no, you know. And I was kind of surprised at that one cool chick that her boyfriend was cool with it. I mean, because she's like super pretty. So he must just be like the coolest dude, or that guy and her must be like brother and sister or something. I don't know what it is, but they're just like, I don't know. They just must have like a really cool friendship. But I don't really talk to him anymore, so I don't even know if they're still friends, because this was like a few years ago. But yeah, I don't know. But it's like, how can you be a grown adult and not understand that? Hello. It's like, once a relationship progresses, you're not going to want your significant other hanging around people of the opposite sex like that. You know, and just like doing that, it's really not appropriate. You know, and it's just kind of like, so I asked somebody else, what's up with this guy? And they're like, yeah, he's just like a confirmed bachelor. Like, he wants to go out on dates, and he wants to, like, you know, and sometimes he does, like, he does sometimes like somebody, but he just, like, he's like a commitment phobe or something. Like, he wants to like girls, he wants to date girls, but, it's just kind of like, he wants to hang out with, like, other guys' girlfriends and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I sort of noticed that. And I go, and he doesn't understand that what that means when you hang out with another guy's girlfriend, that, when the boyfriend's like, okay, I've really had enough of this. Okay, bro, that's enough. Yeah, you hung out with my girlfriend now, and that's my girlfriend. Yeah. So it's just kind of like, I don't know what he's doing with his life now. I really hope he actually found somebody of his own and stopped, like, trying to hang out with other people's partners and stuff, because I kept telling him, no, find someone of your own. Like, you can't really blame that dude for saying, that's my fiance, stop trying to hang out with her all the time. It's really inappropriate. But I just, like, this dude, always a bridesmaid, never a bride. He needs to, like, find his own person. I hope he did. I don't know. I think I saw him at the goth club last time I was there. I wasn't sure if that was him or not, but I was just kind of like looking away, like, I hope that's not him, but I don't think it was. But yeah, some people just don't get it. I think he's just like one of those people that wants their cake and eat it too. But this goes along with that whole theory that people always want something that's someone else's. That is so true. Remember that thing I was saying in the other video about how people just naturally want something that's someone else's? I think that's how he is. I don't think he wants somebody who's actually single. I think he wants somebody who belongs to somebody else. And he's mad when that person is actually honoring the commitment that they're in. Like, my fiance really doesn't like that. My fiance wants to do something with me today, and he's just like, oh, no! It's like, has he never been in a serious relationship? Does he not understand how that stuff works? Like, seriously. I think he's like, what's that word I'm thinking of? Entitled. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I think once you get, like, to a certain point, it's just kind of like, okay, this is what's inappropriate and this is what's not, and this dude, he just didn't get it. So, yeah, you gotta draw the line somewhere. But anyway, I guess that's all I had to tell about that story. But I don't know, he's a big baby, so I hope he grew up and he's a big whiner. And a big wiener. I'm glad I don't hang out with him anymore. He's stupid. Alright, you guys. Otherworldlies, I love you all. And you guys have a wonderful evening. I just thought I should share that story. Go down to the Safeway. Check out the Grinch. He's standing there over all the candy. Okay? Alright, bye, you guys. Goodbye, Otherworldlies.